There we go. I think we are live. Gotta go live on Instagram. Wizard TP, good morning, brother. Good morning.
He is here early.
Oh, it's good.
Good to see.
We'll let some people trickle in here. You guys are tuning in. Feel free to hop in the chat and say what's up. Happy Friday. We are back with another FunderProTv live stream here with Kyron and Sam. What's up, boys?
What's good? What's good? Exactly. Excited to be here.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
We got some news coming in here
Friday.
in about 44 minutes. PMI news.
Yeah. So if you, unless you have a swing trade account, we have news about 15 minutes into New York Open. If you have any positions, you'll have to close them before that. I currently am in a NAS long, which is what you're seeing on the screen. So I'm going to have to close that here soon. So I have a fast track account.
Yeah, I'm starting to regret that I chose a fast track because I hold my trades for such a long time. So I have to close the night before news. And we have so many news nowadays. It's kind of hard.
Yeah. Yeah, and I don't think it really makes that big of a difference. Like you have less leverage, but you could use, bigger size to make up for that.
Yeah.
And then hold for longer periods and through the news. Only thing is I'm hands off until the news hits. And I'll just trade after that.
Yeah, same here. I don't want to enter and then have to close out.
Oh no, what happened? Why did it log me out?
Yeah, it's telling you to hold a trade.
I know. It just stopped. It just logged me out. I don't know why.
Are you guys looking at any particular setups today? I know you're in the NAS longs, but
yeah, I would just wanted to show you the daily chart and I was going to tell the people what I was watching. But let me try to get logged back in. And kind of why I was watching it.
Oh, I kind of want to trade Bitcoin today. I want to get that, just a milestone to trading. Being in a trade to that 100K milestone, that would be an achievement.
I definitely get that. Let's see. Where is Bitcoin at? It's at like 98 or 97,000, right?
Yeah, it topped, I think, during this New York session, just 30 minutes before market open. We pushed up, touched 99,600, and then now we're back in 96 or 98.
All right, well, I'm logged back in. Let's see if it'll let me show.
Yeah, I know 100,000 is a number a lot of crypto holders have been waiting for.
Yeah.
I wonder if there'll be a surge in volume once it hits 100K. Like almost a resistance level in which it breaks.
I mean, I actually think that if we hit 100K, I think it's going to be the opposite. I think we're going to surpass that level. Like we're just going to blow through it.
That's kind of what I was thinking too. That's what I was thinking.
I mean, I'm not a crypto guy, but just by seeing the market, we're just pushing. So could be a lot of buy stops sitting up there at that level. Tonio said 2-minute rules. I mean, I think he's referring to the news restricted. Yeah, I mean, it depends on what your trading style is. There's accounts for every kind of trading personality.
Yeah, get this
out there.
trade account.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's not letting me use the app again, so I got to switch to the web browser. It's weird. It lets me share my Trade Locker app when nobody else is on with me, but it doesn't let me share it once you guys log on. It looks like, which is weird. So sorry about
using the app or the website.
Yeah, I was using the app, and it let me do it. And then when I tried to switch to the switch from the 5-minute chart to the daily chart, it just logged me out. And then when I logged back in and tried to upload or share my screen again, and it wouldn't let me.
I wonder what it is.
I gotta use the
I can share my screen if you want.
I'm in the browser now, so I'm good. I'm not sure why the app does that. It's weird. Just gotta check the message here. Then I'll show you guys my.
Yeah, oil actually pushed up as I wanted to. For those that don't really know, I got pretty much screwed trading oil. I think it was Wednesday.
Yeah.
Is that when you wasn't able to modify your position?
No, this was I traded during. Yeah, so here you can see we had. I don't know if it were news that came out. Tyler, you traded with me. There were news on oil, right? It was a crude oil.
Yeah, we had news.
Thing. Yeah. So we caused this massive wick right here. So I was in a buy in a long right here. It kind of got me into a lot of good profits. It pushed me up into like 1 to 2 risk reward, and then we just pushed down. So I closed out a bit early because I saw the push pushing basically just below here. But we actually have a 4-hour support at this level that I should have held through. As you guys can see, it's a very clean support. That 68, 69 level. So yeah, I mean, if you check the 4-hour trading longs in this scenario when we did a false break up here, I mean, I should have anticipated it. It was a very risky trade. But yeah, price pushed lower, came into the deeper support level, pushed up, and now we broke the 70 level, and now we are kind of rejecting this again. So yeah, it's very volatile.
Very much so, very much so. Gold has been pretty volatile the past couple of days too, especially last night for me last night, but during the Asian session, we've seen a good amount of volume when we got a breakout for gold above, 2673 levels within this area here. We got a good essential move to the upside. One that I was looking at was, let's see, it was a continuation trade. I want to say within, what time is this? No, it couldn't have been within here. It was within one of these 15-minute candle span. So it had to have been on a 1-minute time frame. So I got in on buys, but I actually got taken out at break even, shall I say, before it ran into profits. I want to see if I can find my exact entry that I took last night, because it was based on the 15-minute candle close, if I'm not mistaken. This one, getting in within this bottom wick, but I had got in early, I want to say, and got moved stops to break even, I guess you could say, prematurely. Let me pull it up. Where was he at? Oh, okay. Within this area. So I took longs here with a stop below here initially. And when we got this spike up, I went ahead and moved stops to break even, came back down, took me out at break even, and then ran up to my take profit. And all I was targeting, here you guys zoom out.
Yeah, that's a horrible break-even trade. Just at your entry and then spiked up.
Yeah, yeah.
But I like that setup. I see what you're looking at there.
And it was really just trying to, because my initial entry I would have wanted was for this volume here once we got a break of these smaller time frame structures for price to continue pushing bullish. So then we got this candle here where I hesitated on taking buys after the candle closed bullish. So for me, it was just, all right, we've gotten this breakout. I just wanted to ride the volume after a 15-minute bullish close. Got the 15-minute bullish close and just, I don't want to say I prematurely moved stops to break even, but like that's one of the things that I feel like, you know, just letting the trade go is one thing that I could have just improved upon there.
Yeah, but I see it. I think I would also move my stops to break even, especially when we get a rejection from a high that could have been, you know, a double top.
Yeah.
You know, we're not breaking that high. That would spook me out as well.
Yeah, so
that's a good setup.
That was not ideal in terms of the situation. Considering, I mean, you got to think of where I was coming from. I had already missed this initial breakout and retest, and then the push after I was hesitant once we got, and we had created a double top, and I just knew when I was looking at it, or triple top, shall I say, I knew that these highs were going to get broken and that it was likely going to be an impulsive move. So I was kind of like, you know, not upset, I guess you could say, but I was already mad the fact that I didn't take the initial entry that I had thought of, because it generated a lot of volume. And then, you know, for it to have went the way it did was, you know, kind of sour too. But
yeah, it's tough.
But
that's a frustrating one.
Yeah,
it sucks when you have a plan and you're like expecting something to happen and it does and you miss it. It definitely it can cause you to chase a little bit, and it's tough.
Yeah, especially when it's so clean. You know, you had the first Asian breakout and then that retest, and then price just kept on rallying.
Yeah, so I'm in some NAS longs pre-market, and we were talking in the chat earlier, and I was kind of just breaking down the reason I have a long bias coming into today. Basically, if you look at the NAS daily chart, obviously we're in a strong uptrend here. We got this big push, a pullback, and we've tried to sell below this area here, which is what 20,450 area. You know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days right here, and we've bounced strongly the last 4 days in a row. So basically, I'm looking at this daily chart, and I was saying to myself, if I had to predict what the next candle on this daily chart is going to look like, to me, I would predict a continuation higher. I have a level on the NQ chart at like 21,100. So that's, to me, kind of what I'm looking at based off of just the daily chart and the daily structure. So then if you scale it down to the 5 minute, and you can see my entries, we kind of consolidated throughout the night in this kind of area here. We were just kind of ranging, and we got this breakdown below the lows. And we sold off into this little area kind of where we had the push. You could call it a 5 minute area demand if you are a supply and demand person, I think. I don't know, Sam could confirm that. But towards the end of the day yesterday is where we got a bounce. So once we sold off to it, since I had a long bias on the day overall, I decided to start putting on a small position. So this was my first entry. And then I took a second entry right around here. So I'm in 2 entries of 0.02 micros. New York just opened. The fact that we have news 15 minutes in, I am looking to take some profit pretty quickly on these.
Yeah, that's a good opening.
Yeah, I like to see that push.
I mean, that's in your favor. I'd love to see
us tag this level here. I don't know if we'll get that much of a push, but we'll see. I actually think I'm going to take a small piece.
Yeah, in terms of supply and demand, that looks like a very good setup. I don't look at supply and demand on lower time frames, but from what I've seen, they work just as good. I mean, if you trade them right, and that was a very, very good setup.
Yeah.
I'm actually looking
Sorry, I
at
accidentally
gold
took my screen.
on gold longs, but we have news in 14 minutes, so I don't want to enter, but it's just inside one of my point of interests. Annoyingly enough.
That's so annoying. I went to go take a trim, and I like didn't have my browser. Like it was like hanging off the edge of my screen that I couldn't get to my positions. And then I went to go move my browser, and I accidentally stopped sharing my screen. I missed my trim. Well, that stinks.
What a series of events.
Yeah, I know. My technical difficulties today have been real.
Yeah.
What a series of events. So Tyler, would you be able to hold that? Oh well, the news isn't for
No,
another
I
like 15
can't.
minutes,
Yeah, so
right?
I got. That's why when we got that pop, I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna take some off on this pop since we have news. But yeah, so obviously I got like 10 or so minutes here before I have to close this.
Gotcha. I'm looking at gold on the daily time frame, and I like where we're at for the daily, at least for going into next week, I guess you can say. Like, I think if this daily closes bullish, we're at a key area of resistance. We have this gap to this upside up here, and if as long as this daily candle closes bullish, I think that it's likely that we could see the daily candle at the start of next week begin to. I'm not saying it's going to have this much volume, but begin to fill this week and get this move to the upside here, and more directly just fill the wick of this candle. So form a bottom wick and then fill the wick of this candle and push up into our next immediate area of resistance here. I think that this is a move that can happen early on at the start of next week, coming off of however this daily candle closes, as long as it closes bullish. So I got to mark out for me the daily flip, which would be here. We have resistance at this level, but that's our daily low. So as long as gold can stay above this 26, 68, 69 levels, at least going into early next week, I would want to see a continued move up. And then I'll likely target, these highs here, which is the daily high.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. We actually have the exact same zone marked out near the 2670 area. That's my deepest retracement on the demand zone. But yeah, I'm with you. I'm trying to target the high because we actually have exactly equal highs.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why I think that's going to get swept with that gap to the upside. I think that that's a good chance that we go ahead and sweep those.
Yeah.
So otherwise, I just threw my screen on just so people
could
see I was managing this one. Naz is still trying to hold. So I'm moving my stops underneath this kind of swing low here. So my stops are both in small profits. I have my take profit set here on this position. I may just close this one manually here though. We got 10 minutes till news. I think I have to have it in mind. It closed 2 minutes before, so I got to have them closed at 9:43. Give it to me, baby. Give it to me, baby.
Yeah, I'm liking gold here on the 15-minute, 30-minute, and 5. If this doesn't give me a setup, I'll just go on Bitcoin and eat some lot sizes.
There you go. I trimmed one of my 4.
Backup plan.
Backup plan is just yeet Bitcoin longs. I trimmed one, so I'm holding 0.03. I was up, I think, a little over $300, $350 or so total on this trade. A little more now. Come on, give me that fill. Fill me out, baby. Fill me out.
That's a nice trade.
Thanks, man. Yeah, I wasn't. A couple times in here, I thought we might sell off, but I had my stops at break even, so I was like, I'm just gonna let it work. All right, I feel like I'm being a dick for a tick here. I'm just gonna close this.
Oh, like you right around that edge.
Yeah, it's like right about to hit it, but I'm just taking it. Yeah, all right. So now I'm down to just 1.01 lots. So I have one runner with the news coming up. I'll see if we can get a little bit more of a push. Stops are in profit under these lows here. So I'm happy with that. That's a solid start. If we didn't have news, I would be trying to hold this trade because, like I said, my thesis on the daily chart is I think we could put in a strong green bar in the daily chart potentially.
Mm-hmm.
But with the news, I took profits a little quicker than I typically would. How about you, chat? Is anybody trading anything in the chat, watching anything today? What do you guys have your eyes on? The weekend?
Fridays are generally slow for me. I mean, there's times in Fridays where we have like some good volume. But for me, it's just like, I don't know. I don't really like having positions going into the close of the week majority of the time. There's some instances where I would be willing to trade into Fridays, but Fridays are generally more hands off. I will say consistently though, like especially with gold and more recently in the past couple months, like the first 3 days of the week are generally my best volume trading days, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like gold on the Sunday open, kind of like what we've seen this previous week. How it immediately bought on the open, and then that volume continued out throughout the rest of the week. Realistically, buys from the beginning of this week on gold, if held throughout the entire week, we got a pretty hefty move on gold from moving, from around 25.67 to upwards of 27.10. So this was where we started. We had relatively equal highs, and we had a resistance level here. Now, granted, I was anticipating gold to come to here or up here, and we start to see, a move to the downside potentially. And we did get resistance at both of these levels, but gold just continued to create higher highs and higher lows. And so then that led me to believe that, okay, we can take a move at higher targets, which I kind of mentioned, I believe, on Monday, that we could, target levels of upwards of this height. And, we've just continued to came to this level, saw a little bit of resistance, not even anything crazy in terms of the 30-minute time frame. On the 4-hour time frame, it just as if price just slowed up at this area and then continued to break through. And then, we've seen what happened yesterday during yesterday's Asian session. I wish I could mark out all of these individual sessions on Trade Locker, kind of similar that you can do on TradingView.
Yeah, I know. I was saying that too. I hope that's a feature there. I think that would be cool.
Oh, I do remember you mentioning that. Because these are all waves that I would want to be a part of. 3 a.m. So this is London session. This was the Asian session. This was Asian session. Start of Sunday. This was London, New York. London, going to New York.
Nice moves during those sessions. Yeah, I feel you on that. Downtown said he's watching as long as he likes the hourly trend line break, which I believe he's probably referring to this kind of trend line that we have going on right there, which I agree. I like that. I like that trend line break. I really wish we didn't have the news because I would have loved to be still in this long.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to close it here, but yeah, I like downtown. I like what you're. I'm picking up what you're putting down, brother. I'm picking up what you're putting down. I don't put trend lines on my screen, but like you can just you trade long enough, you can kind of just notice them, and I take them into consideration a little bit every now and then.
I do too, and I use them more so as like to physically identify like a direction, more so in the teaching like aspect than utilizing them myself, but to draw out the actual you can see we're creating higher highs and higher lows, or this is a flag structure or whatever it may be. Only difference is trend lines are subjective, so like wherever I place my trend line, your trend line might be a little bit different.
Yeah,
whether you use
like things can change slightly, and I agree. They're definitely not like my favorite thing, but I think they can play their role at times.
Yeah, I think they do.
I took my profit. I closed my position with the news, which we probably then pump our faces off, and I will be a bummed person that I don't have a swing trade account. But it's all good. I made that decision, and I was aware of that. You guys, can I get your name tags
the
again?
next account that I get will definitely be a swing trade account.
Yeah, I took a stab on gold on my swing trading account. But I can't trade it on this 25 account, unfortunately. But yeah, gold is just rallying for myself. So that's good. But we have news, so might have to check my heart rate. Can I get your name tags again? Yeah, we don't have our name tags up.
I know. Well, so I quit. We were showing the name tags before, but the reason I quit, I just noticed, we didn't have the overlay on. I don't know how I didn't notice that this morning. The reason that I didn't is just because if we take clips for social media, depending it was like covering our faces. It covers Sam's face, which is why I pulled him off. But that's not bad, actually.
He said he's trying to play it for the. Scrooge says you guys check out the gold on the weekly time frame. I have a swing account, so I'm trying to play it for the next 2 candles in the weekly.
Yeah, I think the weekly time frame is bullish. I think, I'm not quite sure, but we have a weekly engulfing. I think so. Wait, let me check it out. Yeah, we got a weekly engulfing that's gonna close today.
The 1 hour chart looks pretty like just a healthy 1 hour pullback.
Yeah, I'm up 2% on this trade. I might move it to break even.
You're in a gold long?
Yeah, but I'm on another account.
A different account.
Yeah. I can trade news.
Somebody asked about Bitcoin. None of us are in Bitcoin longs right now. I didn't realize I was in the weekly chart. I thought I was in small. I was like, what? But I'm watching it. I have an eye on it today.
Yeah, I'm moving my stops to break even. Just 6 minutes for news. Hopefully we don't wick down to my entry. Let's see. I mean, it could, but it's all good.
Hey Sam, do you ever get Sam Smith jokes because of your name? Yeah, I actually was looking at your name today and I was like, man, that is like the most basic white person name in all of the white people names.
Yeah.
Sam Smith. Like,
I mean, here in Sweden, it's very uncommon.
Oh, okay. All right.
As soon as I go to England, I'm one of them.
Yeah.
One of the cashers. Oh, that's a big wick on gold. Wait, did that stop me out? No? Surely no. Wait, let me check. No, I'll still in, boys.
You're still here. I can
share my screen.
Yeah.
So this was my entry below here. So yeah, I might get stopped out here. But I'm hoping this kind of this level here holds. I mean, we are. Wait, that's not the right instrument. Let's see. Here it is. Yeah, we just touched the 50. I mean, if this is going to continue down, I see it's continuing much further down. So by entered of this 5 minute, we had a, I don't know what you would call this. Is anyone in the chat an expert on candlestick formation? This one right here. It's
I'd
kind
call
of
it a hammer,
right? Yeah.
hammer candle.
Yeah, I'd call it a hammer as well. But yeah, I took an entry of that. I actually put my stop loss under here. But as soon as we broke above this structure, I just moved it under this low here. And now I'm anticipating a reaction from this area. And as soon as we break, I mean, if we break above here, preferably this level, I'm going to move my stop loss. I mean, actually, I'm just going to keep it at break even. I'm not going to try and trail some profit on this. But yeah, I'm going to watch for some, because this is the body of the both, yeah, 50 minute and 5 minute, the bearish candle. So this would be my demand that I'm waiting for.
Yeah, I think you could call it a bunch of things. Bernie says a reversal candle. I think you could call it a hammer, a reversal candle.
Yeah,
I think
everyone
you could call
calls
it a
it
shooting
different.
star. You know, but just depends who you're talking to. All the same thing. It's like tomato, tomato.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
sure.
Tomato. Anybody have any weekend plans? Nas is still, man, I'm bummed I'm not selling this trade. This is exactly what I wanted to see.
Oh, is it pushing?
Yeah, she's coming into the level. So this level that I currently have was yesterday's New York opening print, which I also have another one right above. You can see we had this upper level on the NQ chart. It's at like 20,903 is the price on the futures chart. But yesterday we opened the New York session here, tagged the level almost to a tick, and then sold off harshly. But we worked our way back up there. So in an ideal world, based off of everything I said about the daily chart, we'll get over these levels and get some sort of retest from above that I'll look for another long entry. But we'll see. We'll see if that plays out or not.
I thought
but that's
we were
what I'm
going to go
watching for.
short today, actually, because I have a demand zone. But that's, I think my analysis got kind of, what's it called? Like analysis paralysis.
Yeah,
I get so confused on your bias, because I wanted that demand zone to get pinned so hard. So I was like, yeah, it's going to go short. It has to. It has to. So I kind of manipulated myself into turning a short belief, but we're actually long. So
yeah. I mean, I definitely think we could reject here again. It's just we've been bouncing so that daily chart, man. It's just like every time we bounce.
Yeah, it just rejects off of those low. Like it doesn't even create new lower lows on the
exactly,
daily time frame.
So
even with that bearish daily candle, it didn't like break the daily low of the previous daily, and that low didn't get broken either. So coming off of the previous daily closing bullish, I could see definitely why you know all those signs of rejection. But I definitely do see that daily like time frame demand zone that's like below those lows that I think maybe Sam was looking for or looking towards, I guess you can say. So I think more so it's just kind of like in between structure, two like possible entries. The only thing that differentiates which way it went was, you know, kind of like the rejection that you've seen. Like the structure remained bullish even on the smaller time frame, creating those higher highs and higher lows. I think that really determined. And there's a kind of like I mean, some people will call it like a support or resistance level that price didn't close below on that daily time frame where all those wicks were created. It never like closed through that low there. So I think that, you know, all signs were showing, that rejection there, and in line with like the 1 hour time frame. It's in relatively bullish wave in terms of the higher highs and higher lows. So yeah, it definitely makes sense.
Yeah,
On the
and it's
outside
just
looking
like,
in, in hindsight, I guess you could say.
Yeah. It's just like I think typically speaking, like if the market tries to do something and it fails, well then it'll try to do something else. And so if you just look at this from a common sense perspective, like okay, the market sold off, it tried to go lower and it failed. 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 So like my thought process is just like, okay, we've tried to go lower several times now. We keep failing. So now let's try to do something else, which is we haven't gone higher either, right? We've rejected from the same highs 3 days in a row too, where we've kind of held. But I think the fact that we tried to go lower 4 different times and just failed, the market's going to try to do something else, which is go higher, hopefully. But we'll see. This is definitely an area of resistance that we have on the chart. Already getting a little rejection. Looks like we tagged my first level. Let me pull a smaller time frame. Yeah, it looks like we tagged that the New York opening print, or very close to that New York opening print from yesterday, and we're getting a pretty strong rejection so far. 15-minute. So
yeah, that's good.
Things could flip bearish. Does anybody know what the news, what the PPI numbers came out as?
Give me 1 second.
Look it up, Sam?
Gold is trying to break. Yeah, I'll look it up. It came out as expected.
As expected?
Wait, actually, no. The global US manufacturing PMI November came out positive, but then its global services PMI came out positive, above expected. So I don't know which one you actually look at. I'm not a fundamental guy looking at this.
Wizard said he was in a
it's 2 news. I don't know which one is the one.
Wizard, did you make money or did you get in late?
Yeah, gold is breaking below.
That was strong, but if you got in that late, might have been chasing a little bit. Let's see, he said there's a 948 he was in. Oh, okay. I think he might have caught some of that push on US 30. Guys, the people asking about the giveaways, we don't have any giveaways today, but be on the lookout. We do have I think a pretty big Black Friday sale, end of the month sale coming up. So just keep an eye on our socials. They should be announcing something, I think, probably next week. In the meantime, if you use code RISKLIFE, you can get 15% off if you're looking to get anything now. But no giveaways today, unfortunately. AJ, no, I do not trade SMC. Let's see what Bitcoin's doing.
Yeah, someone said they got stopped out due to a hammer candle on Bitcoin. I think that was the area that we were trying to buy from, that I sent to you, Tyler, on Wednesday live.
Yeah.
But
I think that's where, Yeah, I don't. I think you could take an entry on Bitcoin around here. I'm not going to. So I'm going to try to stick to my NAS game plan. But
yeah, the low impact news affect market. They do, but not as much as bigger news. So of course it depends on what market you're trading, of course, and what news there is.
AJ Roy said, can you please analyze gold? So I think since Sam, you're in a position, you can kind of explain your outlook on gold and what you're kind of looking for.
Yeah. Tyler, can you hop onto my
I'll throw it on you. Yep. I did take another crack at a NASDAQ long here.
Yeah. I'm going to change my support levels to black, because I hop around with my colors on here every time. So I changed the theme to light theme, black theme, everything. So basically we are still in an uptrend. If you look at let's go on the weekly just to be. Yeah, we are very bullish. So that's my first initial thought, and we have been bullish ever since. You know, this whole year. Eventually, it's 11 months of just pushing up to higher highs. So what I anticipated was, first of all, I wanted this area on the left. This was my first zone that I wanted to buy from. Now, I didn't get any kind of signals here because we came up and then I had this sell that I could go into in a bit. So once we broke this and actually didn't react as I wanted to, I thought we were going to go into this, which is a very, very crucial demand zone or support zone. But this is where the point of control lied before. And point of control is basically where the market makers are sitting with all their big orders, trying to control the market. So I actually traded down into this zone with a short from here. And you could go back on YouTube watching our FunderPro live, and the analysis is actually going to be there, the full trade breakdown. But yeah, if you go on the smaller time frame, just looking at this trend, we are bullish. And kind of the two zones I had, I sent this out in my Telegram this morning, was first of all this zone, which is my first initial demand zone that we could get a reaction from. Now this demand zone is much more safer to trade due to the fact that we have a range here, and the trade that Karen took this morning, or was it? Wait, that's
last
not
night
morning
Asian
for you.
session.
That's night.
Yeah, it's last night.
So for him, that was last night.
Yeah.
So the Asian trading session. Basically, the breakout from here is where the volume came from. So I wanted to trade from here, but you know, we had news, and I was a little afraid that we had news right where kind of, you know, this was 15 minutes and 30 minutes before news. So I didn't trade this on the 25K account because this is a fast track account. So I took this entry right here on one of my other accounts that I can trade news from. But in detail, to answer your question, I think we are bearish until we reach this high. And the reason why is every high has liquidity and every low has liquidity. Now, some people might say that we are rejecting here as a double top, or that we are looking at a resistance level. Now, I could agree, of course, but I don't trade that. So I'm going to talk about my point of view. And every time we have a high, which has an equal high, as you can see here, this high and this high is sort of the exact same price level, we're going to have a lot of stop losses above here, which could be both market makers with buy stops, retailers with buy stops, anything at all. So what I'm anticipating is price kind of coming above here and trying this level. I mean, it could break, but I'm not going to trade a break, and I'm going to try and trade the test of it. You know, I don't see this as a test of it. I only trade kind of levels where I see liquidity lies. So my trade here, the long, is going to be up in this area, first of all, to try and see if we can break this, because we are creating higher highs, which means that there is a 70 to 82% chance or probability that we are going to break this high, according to Dow theory. So my initial target would be up here, which is the supply zone that we could react from and going further down. Now we are uptrending, so I'm just going to go long. But that's basically my breakdown of this. We had news, we got a rejection, which I can show. We got some comments on it, which could be a rejection candle or a hammer, and whatever you want to call it. We got that candlestick inside my zone.
We should make up our own name for it.
Yeah, let's just trade this. This should be the gold pattern. But yeah,
downtown. I'm also in a NASDAQ long.
Yeah, I can't physically kind of trade NASDAQ longs right now. I'm so focused on the shorts on NASDAQ that I've manipulated myself, boys. I'm screwed up on NASDAQ.
Let's go downtown. Downtown.
Yeah, we are reaching this. Downtown. I might actually take some profits here, depending on how we react. If we react from this level here,
yeah,
I'm actually gonna cut some profits short, because we are actually, you know, some people trade this as short. I know Brian took a short from here and made some nice profits, because if you look at a 5 minute, we are actually downtrending. We're creating lower lows, lower highs, lower lows.
Yeah.
Now we broke this. Well, we haven't broken technically. We haven't closed. But yeah, we could see a reaction from here, which is a bit concerning.
I can't get the right temperature today. My room is freezing. Every time I turn on my little heater, I get hot. Turn it off, I get cold.
Ain't keep long, dude. You're on fire. That's why.
Yeah, I'll show my. Obviously, I've talked about kind of the daily chart and my overall bias on Nasdaq. Took a 2 minute. This is a 2 minute chart. Yellow line is the opening print, New York opening print. So we had this rejection. I would have liked a better entry if I would have got it right here when we got that 2 minute break above. I was in a little late though, so not the greatest sniper entry, but I took it based off of that 2 minute potential higher low, and I'm going to try to hold this one. I have my stop loss below these lows here. The 2 minute also followed up with a strong 5 minute, which I like. If this can kind of hold and give us a 5 minute 3-bar play, definitely like how that looks to come up and test this upper level.
Yeah, it seems like momentum is dying on the gold 5 minute. We are creating some rejections here.
Yeah, as you like reaching that resistance level.
Yeah. I mean, the momentum is high, but we have this big wick, and then we had this big wick, and now I see this 5 minute candle kind of having a bit of a struggle to push higher. So, I mean, this could just mean a pullback for everyone who's trading gold. It could just be a little pullback and then a continuation up. But yeah, this is a pretty strong level. So I'm gonna watch this very closely.
I definitely like the way gold looks on the daily time frame for a continuation early on next week. I think that's almost good as gold. We made 2 like relatively equal highs, and then we're closing. Well, it appears that we're gonna close with a lot of volume on the daily time frame for gold. I think those highs can likely get swept.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't break the high and take out this equal high today, I mean, if we close just, let's just say that we react from this and close somewhere likelihood in this area. I mean, yeah, I agree. We could see a potential trade like this, where we just, market open, push down, get that manipulation down, and then we close bullish above here. So I'm with you with that one. The only problem for me is that, it's the daily candle is at midnight, so the worst time zone to be in is Sweden. So I have to trade at like 3 o'clock midnight. Yeah, so the Asian session is, I could trade the London session and the New York, so I'm pretty privileged with that, to be honest. I know some people can't, so I can't sit in and complain.
I think I would take that over. I mean, I don't know. Gold during the Asian session has I feel like if New York session is slow, then Asian session has volume. Or, opposite, if the Asian session is slow, the New York session has volume for gold.
Yeah.
At least that's just what I found. So I found that those times, I mean, generally the New York session will be coming off of the London volume. So I just would get a continuation of that volume, similar to kind of what I did yesterday. We're trying to do yesterday on gold. The volume, it had already broken out during the Asian session. I was just trying to get a continuation based on that smaller 15-minute time frame, in that longer time frame direction. So I definitely think that, I don't know, it just varies. But I would much rather probably want to trade London and New York maybe early morning to afternoon, then, you know, agent session, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at, you know, some sessions, this Asian session here had the momentum, but I mean, just from my experience, usually Asian session tends to range. I mean, I don't trade it, but I did trade one setup. Wait, I'm just gonna close out some profits here. Give me 1 second. There we go. Yeah, the 1 minute reaction from this, pretty much this supply zone. I wanted to secure some profits, but yeah, the Asian session is, I find it tricky, but it kind of is a market phase where it's, if New York session, as you said, ranges like this, then the Asia session is going to have high momentum, and vice versa. If, you know, the previous session did range, most likely we're not going to range the next session. So it's kind of interesting. It's kind of a phase. Yeah, I took some profits.
So what time is it for you now, Sam?
It's 4 in the afternoon.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, it's pitch black outside.
Yeah, we got snow here today. It was 60 2 days ago, and now it's snowing out.
Yeah, it's snowing here too.
Where are you at?
I am in the Pittsburgh area, Pennsylvania.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. Are you still a stream?
I love it.
Yeah. Let's not. We don't need to talk about this.
no worries.
So trash, bro. Oh, that's so bad.
I was just
so bad. That's like the most Steelers thing ever when they'll lose to them.
Yeah, I was yeah. But the game, it wasn't snowing at the start of the game, and by the end of the game,
second half, something like that. Yeah. I think. My NAS long, NAS is failing at the moment. We're still above the opening print, but pretty harsh rejection of today's highs so far. US 30 is looking like the strongest index right now. SPX pretty strong too. They're both holding up better than NAS is right now. Just to give you guys a quick comparison. So this is NAS. You can see we got a strong 5-minute close, but then a pretty harsh rejection. I forget what Al Brooks calls this, but we had like a double shaved top. Like these candles, like, you know, they match each other almost exactly. But as you can see, NAS rejecting pretty harshly, where US 30 has got this really strong push and is holding up pretty decent still. SPX kind of similar. Strong push, holding up pretty decent. Why am I times?
Guys, I think I'm going to eat some Bitcoin here.
You're gonna eat some big. I was looking at it earlier, and I almost. Oh man, it does look pretty good actually. I almost took an entry right here on this break, and I was like, nah, I'm just gonna focus on that.
Yeah, I mean, I like the setup, but it's the market, pre-market on Bitcoin was horrendous, and we're kind of testing it.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I don't have levels marked up on Bitcoin today, so I'd really be trading it kind of blind. It would truly be a yeet.
Yeah.
NAS pushing down into the opening print.
I just want to trade it to the 100K. That would be such a great feeling, you know.
You want to be a part of.
I traded Bitcoin to the 100K. No worries, no biggies, boys. I just
oh man,
made some history here.
That's a good entry.
Yeah.
No, 5-minute close underneath the opening print for NAS. Trying to hold here, but not looking great. Not looking great. Looking like I'll probably get stopped on this long.
Yeah,
there she is.
Bitcoin, boys.
Pretty harsh failure.
boys, I entered the Bitcoin. I'm gonna set my take profit at 100,000. That's it.
That's it. He said he's holding to 100K.
I'm tempted to do like a real small position. Let's see, if you put the stops under these low.
Yeah, that's what I did.
15 low. That's what yeah. That's what I was
10
yeah,
lots.
I took half a percentage.
All
so
right.
I took a.
All right, that's like a $90 risk. I'm in. I'll dabble.
I mean, we're pushing Bitcoin. The fundamentals is just bullish. We are, we're not even doing kind of any deeper retracement at this point, and we're just breaking highs. So why not try and do this?
I would love it to see this as a stock run on NAS. Kind of basically exactly where my stop was, right? I imagine there were a bunch of stops under here. I'd love to see that be a liquidity grab. I'm tempted to hop in right now, but give it just a second.
If we can get the 4 hour on Bitcoin to close above where it's at right now, that would be pretty good because we have a support level there.
It's an ugly 15 minute. Decisions. Am I getting too married to my daily bias? That's what I gotta see.
Yeah, gold rejected the area that I drew out, so that's good. I took some profits.
Nice. You're still in with some runners on that one?
What are some of the payouts you guys have taken, or should I say the largest payout you guys have taken? I really want to know. What I don't know who Heidelberg is. Who is Heidelberg? I don't do numbers. I don't publicly say numbers. I'm a very private person, but I've taken payouts from multiple 6 figures accounts. But that's it. I'm not gonna say the numbers. I don't like talking about numbers, especially in the money aspect. So yeah. Heidelberg.
Heidelberg. That's my last
Heidelberg.
name. Oh.
Yeah.
I thought he was talking about me, but I was like,
I thought so too. We should call you Heidelberg now.
Yeah.
That's your new nickname, bro.
I don't blame you. That's what it sounds
tricky.
like. I don't blame you. But
yeah. Scrooge, I haven't had any massive payouts. I've just had a handful of 1,000, 2,000, like decent size, not bad, but like I don't have anything like real crazy. I was up 23K in an Apex account that I ended up blowing. So that was like the biggest run up in an account I had was 23K.
I don't know,
but I blew it. I took another NAS stab, by the way.
I don't generally like grow my account super long. Like for the past year, I would take a trade or two on an account once it became funded and then wait for the payout. So like one of the trades that I had, one of my highest payouts was I had a 17K trade in a day and I had got like an 11K payout. It's recorded on my YouTube though. You can go see it. But in terms of that, I just take out. It'd be I want to say an average around 2,500 to 3K.
Yeah, I didn't really want to run my account up. It was with a prop firm where you could request a payout after I think every 14 trading days, and you could only request like a small portion of that. And
wow.
Like I got to like the first payout, but then
trust me, I have friends who have ran up counts, well up and have lost it before seeing a dime. So I get that.
Pay yourself, people. Don't do that. I always a lot of people like to run the accounts up. I'm all for growing your account like a little bit, but like I suggest pay yourself. If you're with Funder Pro, right? You can take a payout on anything over $50. So like I would personally suggest you withdraw like 80% of your payouts, your profits, and maybe leave 20% or something in your account to grow it and give yourself a little bit more cushion. But too many traders make that mistake of not paying themselves, and they go on a hot run in the market and they never pay themselves, and then they give it all back.
Yeah, and that I think the thing surrounding that, or at least for me, is I say withdraw it just to make it real. You know what I'm saying? So that even especially like, because it'll be people who haven't received payouts before, running accounts up and then blow them, you know, trying to receive this one payout that's gonna essentially change their lives. And I think it's more so about the consistency. And so definitely like take whatever it may be for your first, especially for your first couple payouts, take it out and go do something, like, so that you know that this is, you know, real, like this is real money that you can go out and, you know, I don't know. I think it gives a different perspective to withdrawing profits when you look at it that way. And what I suggest is generally taking out whatever profits, like generally a funded firm, and FunderPro will do this as well. When you get your payout, you get a refund of whatever you bought or however much your account costs. So through that refund, you can either reinvest into another account. That's what I generally do, is just take the refund and reinvest into another account. Over the past year, I haven't done it as much because I haven't been acquiring more capital. Firms were shadier, but since coming in with FunderPro, in the next, you know, week, I'll be adding, you know, likely another 100K to the portfolio with FunderPro, and then, you know, I'm gonna trade, you know, futures as well in the next 2 or so weeks. So I just think that, you know, taking the money out, reinvest in whatever it is that you got, and then holding on to your profits, going to do something. I think the best thing to do long term is to funnel that money into your own account and slowly compound that account, because your funding challenges are great, but you also want to have that independency and flexibility of having your own your own capital as well, that you know, if I wanted to trade news, I can hold through news, or if I wanted to go higher leverage on a high probability move that I've seen happen over and over again, I can capitalize on those things. But I just think long term, if that's you know, that's how I use prop firms. So I use them as other people's money that I can use this skill that I've developed and, you know, grow it, and then use that money to make more.
I agree with all that. I think that's well said, Kyron.
I tried to stack accounts before. My first, just to answer that question that he sent, my first payout was actually my refund added with like $100. So I got my refund with it, and I was very happy. But what I did, I tried to stack accounts. So once I got funded, I took that money, like you said, and just refunded accounts until I actually failed a challenge. Then that money was gone. But then I could trade up with other accounts. But all my funding was actually gone. So yeah, I had to start over. I'm not gonna mention any firms or anything, but you know, some drama happened in this space. I'm not gonna get into all that technical things, but yeah, some firms went out, and I was stupid not, you know, I didn't diversify with firms, so I was stupid, lost my firms, and I took a break from props. And then, you know, when more established firms such as FunderPro came along, I was like, you know what, let me get back into this.
Bro, I did the same, and I'm still trying to fight for some of my accounts back, because I lost 1.2 million over the course of this year of actual funded capital that, you know, firms just like shutting down, man. So that made me real stingy with who I wanted to work with and partner up with, especially in this capacity. But FunderPro, you know, it's been real genuine. I love the model of the business. The people are great. You know, meeting you guys has been awesome. So I definitely am rocking with FunderPro for the long term.
Yeah, I mean, just by trading alongside with, you know, this group that we have, it makes trading more fun, you know, instead of sitting there getting angry at freaking firms that are shutting down and stuff.
Xavier, you asked what I'm looking at on NAS right now. I don't think you were on earlier, but basically looking at the NAS daily chart, we've the last 4 days rejected this area here and given strong bounces. So if I had to predict the next candle to come on the NAS daily chart, I could see us putting in a nice strong green bar for a continuation higher after we failed to go lower 4 days in a row. So I have just an overall long bias on NAS. I was in some longs pre-market that I closed before news. I ended up working out, and then I took another entry that I got stopped on. Now this is my third entry, and basically the trade thesis is that this sell-off was kind of a liquidity grab underneath these lows here, that hopefully can hold. But we shall see.
Indeed, we
That's
shall.
what I'm in. I think Samuel's still holding some gold longs, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I got 2 lot sizes on this, but I'm actually thinking about closing because we are struggling to push above this area. So yeah, I mean, if I were to trade this after news on this account, I think I would have gotten a very bad risk to reward. So I stayed on this account, but the Bitcoin longs is in profit.
The Bitcoin
yes, sir. Yeah, I'm up 20, 30 bucks on the Bitcoin longs.
Yeah. I just hope we close
5 minutes gave us a break above this. I would consider an additional adding to this, but not doing it until we get at least a break above the opening print. Just watching for now.
Do you know a concept that I'm actually starting to understand right now after freaking years of trading? I've kind of developed a site for, I traded supply and demand, but I scale on the lower time frames when I see a big area, just to kind of identify a smaller area instead of a big area to trade from. But I'll actually just mark out the wicks, because I know that the wicks is going to be like the lower time frame areas to check at. So can I just show my chart? It takes 2 seconds real quick.
Yeah, you might be able to hide me from taking a public stop loss too. I'm just kidding.
Don't mention that. I got ordered up last time live. But basically, yeah, this demand that pushed above price, we have this gap with wicks. I actually just marked this out instead as a demand zone. So this is the wick. And if you think about a market structure within those candles, it's going to be a high that formed right here. We came down, created a low, and within 1 hour, that low just spiked up and creating a high. So that is going to be the lower time frame area. Pretty much that broke the high and that pushed up demand. So instead of going into the 5 minute, where's the zone? I don't see a good zone. I've kind of tried just marking out the wicks, and it works really, really good. I'm actually going to check on it if it works on the gold that we entered here.
Yeah, I definitely have to test that. I can see that working though.
Yeah, so just checking at this, you can see that price kind of stopped, right? We pushed up, we created a low, a high, then a low, and then we have this massive candle, and then a small low. So within this structure from here to here, this is the best area of demand, because this low here is not as far down as this one. So you can see the gap from this low to this. This is a pretty normal market structure, because if this were the 5 minute, let's say, this would be a high and then a low to that low, then a massive high and a very, very short low. We just kind of stopped. Price kind of just stopped and then continued, right? So that means that somewhere around this big wick here, this is where the demand came from. And just checking on the 1 hour, you can see that this big candle from the low, and then boom, and price rallied. It's kind of, it makes it easier to try and, stop identifying every zone, because I have this analysis paralysis where I go into I have this massive 200 point gold zone, and then I go into the 1 minute trying to identify that little area that price will reject from, but it's kind of hard to do.
Gold making a stab at a higher move.
Yeah. Oh, this is a perfect example here. So, you know, price pushed down, creating a low, creating a high, and then a massive low. So this would be the impulsive move. If you check on the lower time frame, this would be a whole downtrend of multiple candles. So this is like the supply, and we got that rejection. If you check on the 5 minute, we got this massive rejection. And it aligns with this supply zone. So it kind of makes it easier. A little life tip for everyone who trades supply and demand.
All right, chat. You guys in any trades right now?
Yeah, I'm gonna close this out around here. But
Bitcoin's still working.
Yeah, I'm up.
Oh, yeah, she looks good, baby.
But it's
Bitcoin looks
nowhere
good,
near where I
baby.
want it. Look at this take profit. 100K and $2. Making history here, boys. Yeah, this is the 4-hour kind of support area that I want the price to close above. I don't know if any of you are better experts in support and resistance. I'm not using it that much, but kind of can see this rejection area.
Yeah.
We might have another candle that, you know, if this closes up here, very bullish. We might get that another big wick here and then a rejection and continuing rally. Hopefully.
Wizards in gold. I did add an additional position into my NAS long. We got another test above the opening print, but we are now failing again, which is not what I wanted to see.
Yeah, so if anyone is curious about this, however, I just want to clarify, my take profit is here due to the fact that I have a strict 1 to 3 on one of my accounts, and that account is where I make most of my profits. So, I mean, we could break the high. Oh, yeah, sorry, you were trading.
No, exactly. No. I actually accept. You're good.
So, yeah, this was my initial stop loss, right, under the low here. I just wanted to clarify that we could break the high since we have equal highs. But, yeah, I have a strict 1 to 3, so I'm not changing that. Back to you, Tyler.
Yeah, I just wanted to show you guys. I always rant and rave about the opening print, but you can just see this is the kind of thing that why I like to use it as a intraday level. You can see the reactions that that we can have to it. I took the second entry as we got a break above that candle. Obviously, a harsh failure there is not what I wanted to see, but it looks like I'll probably take an L on this trade. We'll see. Yeah, US 30 fading at pop pretty good. SPX also.
Oh, SPX is doing some Burj Khalifa structure. Sarky said, wow, just wow. I'm not quite sure what he was referring to.
Yeah, what happened? Wow, just wow what?
Wait,
Sorry, you're leaving us hanging.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Come
that's
on,
such
man.
a cliffhanger, dude. You can't do that. Come on.
All caps, wow, just wow. For those of you watching,
you can actually trade a Swedish crown.
Oh, yeah?
Boys, we're going to have to trade it. Yeah, GBP, Swedish crown here. The Swedish crown is so weak, it's just, just long it. Oh, I haven't even checked all the instruments. There's quite a lot of things here. No way. What is this? What is this?
What are you looking at?
It's a pair called Oh My God USD. OMG
Wait,
USD. What is this?
What
Might
are you
not
looking
be
at?
called Oh My God. Wait, I have to check. It's a crypto called OMG.
Oh, crypto. I thought you said a Forex pair.
Oh no, that would be hilarious. I'm just browsing around waiting for my Bitcoin longs. Yeah, we should not be trading OMG.
So you really just hit us with a wow, just wow, and then just peace out of the chat.
Oh, was it just me that lagged out? Maybe.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, my
OMG on the
connection
last
is a bit
time frame
unstable.
has been on a bear trend. Oh,
Yeah, you're also checking that.
but it had a high of like $20 in October 21st or October of 2021.
Oh man, Naz did not want to make it easy today, but give it to me. Come on, Lee. Let's go.
That's funny. There's a rush hour reference.
Oh yeah, yeah. You that don't know. I'm glad you got it, Kyron. Man, Chris Tucker is so hilarious in those movies. Oh, he's so funny. Those
funny.
two together in the Rush Hour movies, just like, oh, it's hilarious. I love those movies. Are some of the best.
I agree.
Wait.
That's funny.
Wait, am I lagging to you guys?
Are you lagging? Not that I could tell.
Not that I'd notice, really.
No, kind of my Google just kind of reset it out of nowhere and everything on my PC. Right, just tell me if I lag out or just type in WhatsApp.
Yeah. No, you
Did it like go black?
No, everything kind of went in this loading kind of thingy. It just popped up for like a second and then we were back. Yeah, but my internet has been struggling a lot lately. I don't know why. I think one of my cables might just be spooked out. I have to might change that. Yeah, I'm gonna close out my full take profit on gold soon.
Where's the chat filled up? I don't know, although we might have to deal with copyright issues if we play music, actually. Probably can't.
You can't
Yeah, I
look
didn't
for
hear the sound
non-copyrighted
effects.
music on like YouTube, like little background playlists.
Oh, you can? I didn't know we could because we're the Funder Pro YouTube's a business page. So like, you know, on Instagram, you can share all the music and your stories and stuff. If you have a business account, they don't allow you to. Because it's for monetization.
I heard.
Yeah, I was gonna send live today on TikTok, but I was struggling a bit with the technology trying to log into like TikTok Studio and stuff. So I will do it next week on Wednesday.
Yeah, I wonder how if that would add even more computer usage to slow things down for me or not. I'm not sure. But yeah, I know people streaming on TikTok is like a popular thing. I haven't done it yet though.
Yeah, I think once if I'm not mistaken, don't you have to have like over 1,000 followers?
Oh, you might. You definitely have to for the TikTok shop.
Yeah, for TikTok you have 1,000 followers to send live.
Man, you got it like that on TikTok, Sam. Damn, boy.
Yeah, I go 1.4, I think. I don't post much. I posted a lot in the beginning of the year. It kind of died down. I don't know.
Yeah, I've had a couple
fun,
posts do well there, but I don't know. I don't know if it's because I don't spend as much time on it. Like I more actively use Instagram, but I've had like 1 or 2 videos on TikTok do well, but
no, you and
most of them just do eh.
And I'm gonna be more active in it. That's kind of what I'm gonna do once we get off a stream today, and being more active in creating content that'll cater to, you know, like short form.
Yeah,
but specifically like TikTok, like, because I agree. I have videos on Instagram that perform well that may or may not perform well on TikTok, and had like few videos perform well on TikTok.
I think trading content is frustrating because I feel like most like real trading stuff is like it just doesn't work as short form really. Like it's just I don't know. It's like way more in depth than like the algorithms give the advantage to.
Yeah, no, I hear you.
Yeah, I tried to post in like trading setups that I would have taken. And it got like 20 likes. And then I posted like, I think it was my best video was like, oh, what trading strategy are you trading? And it's just a picture of someone who's confused, like strategy. And then it's another picture from the movie, you know, what's it called? Hangover. Where they, stand and just gamble. Yeah. And that got attention. So, you know.
Yeah.
I have to promote gambling for people to like it. It's insane.
But I've tried to like post some like trade reviews or like break down strategies in like a short form version. And I can't keep it like under like 3 or 4 or 5 minutes to like give a proper explanation. I feel like I've like tried to make it like as concise as possible. But yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm all about like the fun. I like to make comedy content. That's my niche more than anything. But yeah, I don't know. With like real good, valuable trading content, I feel like comes better in long form.
Yeah, it is.
Go
TikTok
NASDAQ.
is just so short, you know. Everyone just scrolls if you don't get their attention in like 2-3 seconds. So it's kind of a weird advertising.
I'm still, boys. I got to take off the glasses for this one. Sarky came into the chat. In all caps.
Yeah, I'm with you.
And then just peaced out.
No, I gotta get on X. I have to hit him up.
Tell him love that 5-minute reaction. Let's go, baby. Come on, NASDAQ. Do it for your boy. Woo, she came nice and close to that stop loss.
Meanwhile, Bitcoin is running solid.
Yo, yeah, I'm up $75 in that trade. Hell yeah, Sam.
That's some good coffee. Yeah, we're making history here, Tyler.
Yeah, baby.
No,
together.
Not the Sam Smith. Come on, dude. I'm not the singer.
Listen, I'm so old. When I think about Sam Smith, wasn't he like a pilgrim who founded the original colonies in America? Sam Smith.
Oh, bro, it can't be that old. Come on. Now you're talking like history.
But like, I don't listen to Sam Smith, so when you say to me Sam Smith, I'm thinking of like the pilgrim that I learned about back in the middle.
Yeah. Nah, I'm thinking about the singer. Like that's my generation.
Yeah.
We have to Google this. Sam Smith.
Yeah, I think he was a pilgrim. I think he was like an OG pilgrim, bro. Although I feel like the guy broke up on this movie. Yeah, that dude.
That's funny. That'd be crazy if it was the guy on the Pocahontas movie for real, though.
Guys, I think we might need to consider banning Starkey if they just leave us hanging for the rest of this stream.
Yeah. He just was so flabbergasted that he just had to leave. That's just what happened.
Or
Wow,
he,
just wow.
to be honest, he might have just full ported one of our trades and got it wrong.
That was what made me nervous. I was like, oh man, maybe they took this NAS long with me and they just got their account smacked and they're mad at me. And I'm like, listen, anybody, this is your forewarning right now. You're more than welcome to take trades with me, but your risk management is on you. All right. I'm handling it for my account. You handle it for yours.
Yeah.
You are responsible for your own decisions, not me. Don't put that on me, Ricky Bobby.
Yeah, definitely. But guys, we're gonna be a part of history here. Looks like with Bitcoin hitting 100K.
Let's do it.
I don't jinx it, dude. Don't jinx it. No, but truth be told, I've been sitting trading with Cam for a while, and every time we've like taken a trade, it's like, oh, that looks good. Like the 5 minute looks good, and then it just reverses.
It just doesn't work.
Like, yeah.
Man, I'm mad at
well,
it.
Bitcoin is gonna hit 100K. It's a matter of if and or it's not a matter of if. I think it's just a matter of when.
Yeah, it's when and how. You know, we could break the low and then sweep up because I have a zone underneath. So, but the 4 hour, I mean, the 4 hour looks good. So I'm confident in this.
Are you fully out of your gold trade?
Yeah, I closed that. I mean,
nice trade.
I'm actually gonna check. Yeah, it broke out of 1 to 3, but I got a 2.5% on it because I closed a bit on that rejection. Yeah, a portion of it when it rejected. So 2.5, but yeah, I'm not gonna continue holding it. It's my rules, you know. Gotta obey the rules.
Obey the rules.
Discipline is the most important thing. Sticking to your rules.
Yeah. I mean, the gold should break the high according to probabilities.
Your system, yeah. Let's go.
But that's such a. I've noticed after just following rules for a while, it kind of the emotions and feelings of kind of FOMO and everything kind of just disappear. Like I'm happy I got the trade, even if it weren't 3%, it was 2.5. I'm good. Like after a while, it kind of disappears.
Yeah, and then I think the way you managed it was correct. I mean, we were at a resistance level where we could have seen a flip, and worst comes to worst, you end up with a slight profit rather than no profits at all.
Yeah.
And then it ended up working out. So then you make even more on the back end. So I think the way you went about it is good, solid.
Yeah, usually I don't take any profits, but I've kind of tried applying a kind of profit taking depending on where market structure is. But yeah, that was a very, very good supply zone that we actually could reverse from. So I was kind of hesitant.
Wizard TP said, are you guys kind of naturally disciplined, or are you more emotional like me? LOL. So I think that just as you get more experience in it, the discipline becomes okay. So how I read it in Atomic Habits, the book Atomic Habits, is that you only need enough discipline until it eventually becomes a habit. So what Sam was explaining as it doesn't feel like a discipline, his abiding by his rules doesn't feel like a discipline. It's more of just a habit of how he goes about the markets, so he knows, how to manage and what to do in certain situations. So when you you have a solid understanding of how you're going to capitalize and how you plan to capitalize, it does make you a little less emotional in terms. Obviously, we feel emotions of, you can still feel those emotions of maybe not holding to your full take profit or different things like that. But in terms of executing, it is, I guess, less emotional on that aspect of it, because there's a set of rules that you kind of live by that's bringing you this success. So you don't really want to deviate from what's been working, I guess you could say. So it becomes more like a habit than an initial, discipline that you got to uphold or upkeep.
Yeah, I think I kind of made you confused, or any other traders that listen, when I said I don't feel emotions. That's not what I was trying to say. I mean, I'm a very emotional human being. I'm kind of driven by emotions. I'm very full of emotions all the time. But when it comes to trading, once you get, as you said, Karen, the experience, and once you know that if you don't hold for your take profit, you are in a break-even stage. Anything that you know is going to cause your pretty much trading strategy to fall apart. And as I said, you don't want to deviate from that. That's actually working. So after a while, once you see like, okay, I could take 3 losses in a row, make it back in one trade. Okay, let's just continue this. And after a few weeks, it kind of is the new routine, right? It's like going to the gym. It's awful the first weeks, 2-3 weeks. And also like eating a diet, it's awful the first 2-3 weeks. But then as you naturally get into it, it kind of just, becomes a routine. That's it.
Yeah, to chime in on that, I would actually say I probably struggle with the discipline. I'm definitely an emotional person. I'd be cursing out my computer when I'm trading by myself. But no, I definitely run with high emotions. I would say, Wizard, similar to yourself. But I would say that like I have almost a good tolerance for pain when it comes to trading, where I may get emotional, but like I brush it off and just move on real quick. Like I have a bad memory in that sense, where it's just like, okay, that happened, that sucked, I got mad, but it's over. All I can do is look for the next one. And so I think I do a good job of like moving on quickly, but yeah, I definitely can let my emotions get to me sometimes.
No, and despite how it may look, I used to be like cussing out my chart, mad. My brother can attest. I'd be so mad if I like miss a trade, specifically if I miss a trade. Like,
yeah, that can be worse.
That, hurts me. Like, okay, though that and like getting taken out at like I've gotten more used to getting taken out at break even and then price going to my target. But those two things, especially if I just miss a trade that I said that I was going to take and I just don't like for whatever reason in the moment execute on that, like that bothers me, because it's like, why did I don't know, that really irks my nerves. So it's something that I've been working on and improving upon. But that, and just it was hard to accept being wrong, like in the beginning. Like,
oh yeah, dude, it still is.
Yeah, no, seriously.
You kind of sit and analyze your wrongdoings. Like if you get stopped out, I usually just sit and try and figure out like what's wrong with this. It should have been a win.
Like, why didn't this work?
So yeah, but you can't be a perfectionist and a trader. It's like that's the worst combination ever. Kind of have to let that go.
So guys, I Googled, was Sam Smith a pilgrim? And the AI overview from Google said, no, Sam Smith was not a pilgrim, but he did attend the angelic St. Mary, the Virgin Church in Saffron Walden with his family as a child. So yeah, maybe I really was thinking about the Pocahontas guy.
I'm actually gonna check.
Wizard, I would say there's like a little bit of validity to that. Like if you're I think we can put sometimes we've talked about this, I think, but it's easy to put your self-worth into your trading results. And so like when you're in a slump or you're taking some losing trades, like it's easy to just get down on yourself as a whole. But like, yeah, sometimes just, a good scream session at your computer and then walk away is like, hey, I got it out. I'm back. I'm good.
Yeah, I definitely have my fair share. That's for sure.
Yeah, I think the more you get, excuse my French, fucked by the market, the more you kind of get to know that, okay, my emotions, it's fine. You're gonna have less emotions the more you get fucked by the market. So that's why I don't get fear of missing any trades, because I've missed thousands of trades and I didn't set alarms before. And I've missed like a few of my biggest trades that I could have made like 20, 30, even 50% on, like swing trades. So it kind of just, you get used to it. It's like torturing yourself.
For the game. There's always a new opportunity somewhere. around the corner.
Yeah.
And that's what I try to remind myself. And me personally, like even when I get upset of, let's say I miss a trade or I don't hold to my full take profit or whatever, and I feel some type of way about it, I just remind myself that like, yo, I'm lucky to be doing this. Like there's a whole bunch of people that don't even know about this skill, this thing. And though I'm frustrated, like at least I know about this and I know how to do it, you know? And so that, as long as I have that, I'm gonna be straight. And so that to me is like encouraging, I guess. Like I don't ever really trip that, I guess, as much anymore. I don't trip because I have that kind of like certainty. I feel that certainty of security, I guess you can say, with just knowing how to do this. And I know that, you know, there's going to be some down times, but in the long run, like the future is bullish. Like there's no way it's not, you know what I mean? That's how I see it.
If you just stick with it, right? Like the only way you definitely failed is if you quit. So keep grinding.
And I think we can all attest to that to an extent because, you know, we all are not where we were at when we first started this journey. You know what I mean?
100%.
There's so many different things that we've learned and grown and improved upon so that we're, you know, ourselves of when we first started trading would be like, man, I can't believe that we got there. You know what I mean? Like we've reached that understanding. Because for me, it was just wanting to be able to understand the charts, you know, just how to look at these and dissect them and like, you know, formulate thesis and biases and things like that. And now I'm at a point where it's so second nature. I don't even really think about it. It's hard for me to explain to a new trader how to trade than it is to somebody who has some type of experience. It was much easier for me when I was first starting off because I had basic terms that I would be able to explain the markets. Like I used to tell people the markets are like a magnet. It pushes and pulls to certain areas. I couldn't explain to what those areas were, but I could explain how it pushes and pull. Now I know it's supply and demand. But if I say price moves to supply and demand, that doesn't come across as well as, you know, it pushes and pulls like a magnet. So for me, it's hard to go back into that type of dialect to breaking it down in the simplicity or in the simple way, and then what I struggle to do now. But you know, just looking back, we could all attest that we've, you know, grown in this market. We've seen success, we've seen lows, and that and the journey in of itself is making us better. So I feel very encouraged anytime that, you know, I feel emotionally heightened, whether I'm angry, sad, you know, discouraged or whatever. Like I generally go back to feeling grateful, you know, and just being thankful for this journey, because this has changed my life. I'm not gonna lie to you. Trading has changed my life, both how I live, and I don't even mean just financially, just like how I move, how I am emotionally, how I think, how cognitive I am, how slow to anger I am in, you know, other areas of my life, you know. So I think that, you know, nothing
Can you
bad.
imagine getting mad at somebody in some traffic after the NASDAQ just smacked the shit out of you? You know what I'm saying? It's like, you ain't got nothing on the NASDAQ, buddy.
And you know what's crazy? This is how that's funny, because that's exactly what I was thinking about, just being in traffic. Because that used to be like one of my biggest pain points. So like people driving slow, not letting me over and stuff like that. And how I look at it is like, man, you know, I lost $2,000 today. Is this really the worst that could happen? You know, being behind this slow person, like I got bigger fish to fry. So I'm still contemplating and thinking about, man, you feel me? So I don't know. It's shaped my way of viewing problems and what is a real problem and what is, you know, worth being upset and emotional over. I think I have a better judgment of that because of trading. You know, you take so many L's, you just like, all right, you know, this is
for sure. Yeah. I think your perspective on just trying to having gratitude, and you know, even in the harsh moments, the gratitude that you're able to be doing this. I mean, that's a good life advice. If you can try to move and live with a perspective of gratitude at all times, I think that's a good way to go about life.
Yeah.
You came for the trading advice. You're leaving with a life lesson.
That's what this is all about, right? Just becoming a better trader and better person, you know. We all are.
I don't think new traders understand that. If you get good at discipline and kind of understand that, you know, trading isn't just being good at the market, it's being good to yourself, kind of, you know, kind of treating yourself as a take profit. That's my new quote. Treat yourself as a take profit. No, but in all seriousness, I mean, my trading got better once I cared less about the money and just focused on going to the gym, sleeping good, going to the markets, doing my thing, going away, kind of just letting it be and not focusing on it so much. That's when it got much better for me.
Yeah, I think that's a very valid point.
Even though I honk at people in the traffic, dude, I road rage all the time. No, it's just that I let my anger out.
The other week, I told my brother about it. I honked for the first time. I've had my car for like 2 years now, and that was the first time I ever had honked it.
Yo, have either of you ever driven?
Run me off the road though.
Have either of you ever driven in New York City?
No.
The horn beeping that you hear, the honk, it's just like music. It's like the sound of the city, baby. It's like every 4 seconds.
Yeah. It's like Paris as well. Like they horn pretty much. No, they honk. I can't say they horn. That sounds so wrong. They horn.
I was like, yo, they horn? What does that mean?
They horn. They honk when it's like a friendly gesture in French.
Yeah. Okay. It's New York. It's not friendly. It's like.
No,
New York is New York, to be honest.
Yeah, it's all malice in New York, that's for sure.
Yeah,
you can honk that.
Allentown, PA. Yo, Allentown is I think that's Philly, but I'm from Pittsburgh, so like the other side of the state. But I go to Philly a decent bit, and yeah, they're wild out there. Philly's basically New York, so like Philly, Jersey, New York, they're all the same people.
Yeah, I've been to Philly.
They're all angry. They're all angry.
Went to an away football game in Philly. That was not ideal. Let's just say.
Yeah, Philly's wild. Philly's wild.
Right. I gotta ask, who is the worst drivers? Like, what kind of people? Because our taxi drivers in Sweden, dude, they're ruthless. They just stop in the middle of the street, putting their like alarm blinkers on, just waiting for pickups. I get so mad. I can legit start honking and just screaming and everything.
I drove through the state of Ohio 2 weekends ago. Nobody in that state knows what a fast lane is. Nobody.
No, seriously. I
was so mad. I was like, my boy Ron Trades. I don't know if anybody follows Ron G Trades. He's a really good trader, but he's from Ohio. I like almost messaged him like, bro, like, do they not believe in the fast lane in Ohio? Is that not a thing?
Yeah, I found like in the more like country towns, because I used to drive to my college, which was like 6 hours away, and once I got out of Virginia, North Carolina, those roads are just country and open, so it's like they just cruise. And I always knew when I was getting back into Virginia, because as soon as I get back to Virginia, cars start swerving and moving, and it's all fast. You got to sit up and hold the wheel with 2 hands. You're like, these guys are driving crazy.
Dude, you don't even need a GPS. You're like checking the drivers out. Oh, shit, I'm in Virginia.
Yeah, no, seriously. I promise you, bro. It's like as soon as you pass the sign, everything starts speeding up. Like cars start flying by. You go from cooling at 50 miles an hour. Everybody's doing 80, over 80.
You can like see the border where the line is, and everyone just starts speeding from like 50 to 90. Like,
crazy. And then it's not even just the speeding; it's the aggressive getting over, like in swerving through, like it gets
bobbing and weaving. Yeah. That's because you guys don't pay attention to that speed. This fast lane. If you get your ass out of the fast lane, I wouldn't have to be swerving in and out. Right?
No, seriously. That's funny.
Where are you, Kyron? Where do you live? What state are you in?
Virginia.
You're in Virginia. Okay. All right.
Yeah. I got so many tickets that I don't even speed anymore. So I'm one of those people that's driving in a slow lane.
I feel you. I feel you. Oh, man. Interesting. The market slowed down a bit here.
Yeah.
Bitcoin still looking strong. Yeah, I mean, we got we'll be on here for probably about another 15 minutes or so. I'm still holding this NAS trade. If we get a push up into this level up here, I'm probably going to move to break even, maybe even take a very small trim, since I also have the Bitcoin position on. But ideally, I'd love to see if we can get a stronger move on that daily and make a move above both these levels here. I would love to see that play out. If we can get above yesterday's high and, you know, maybe somewhere into this 29.20 range, 29.60 range would be awesome. But so far, I like the failure to go lower. It's just, do we have enough juice to keep it pushing?
Do we have enough juice?
Yeah, Bitcoin is rejecting from a support. Not rejecting, it's reaching a support.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, Sarky's back.
I'm going break even.
Sarky.
Yeah, he's back.
Sarky! Sarky, you hit me with a wow. What did he say? Wow, holy wow, or something?
He said wow, just wow, I think. Something like that.
Wow, just wow. And then you disappear for an hour, and then you come back looking for advice without explaining yourself. I need an explanation on the wow before I hand out any more advice.
Yeah, the wow from 10:30, you know, 30 minutes. Curious.
What's the piece of advice you wish you had when starting with a funded account? Let's see.
I would say for me personally that passing is not the end goal. Like, I think so many traders get stuck on passing accounts that a lot of them wind up blowing their accounts as soon as they pass them because you just feel like you're home free. So, like, I would say that think of the accounts for long term. You want to pass the account and hold it for, you know, 3-6 months to a year plus, and generate consistent profits. You know, it's not about one in particular payout. So I wouldn't strike for gold or, you know, leverage your account so that you can get one big payout because it's not going to be consistent through the longevity. Just focus on getting consistent payouts. Every time you're, well, with FunderPro, you could take a payout, you know, every day that you're up over $50. So every time, you know, just focus on bringing in whatever it may be. You know, every 2 weeks every week I want to take a withdrawal. Every 2 weeks I want to take a withdrawal, and just focus on that kind of consistency. That's what I would tell myself, you know, way back when. Because I'm not gonna lie, when I passed my first funded account, as soon as I passed, I got scared. Like I instantly was like, okay, I just did all this hard work to pass this account. I do not want to lose this, John. Like I need this account. So my whole mind flipped right after I passed.
First time I passed the funded account or passed the challenge and got funded, I thought like all my trading woes were over. I was like, all right, that's it now. I'm gonna be able to do this. I can do this, but I think I lost the account within the first week, which is I think common among traders.
It definitely is. So that's why I say what I say. So for that exact reason there.
If anybody follows there's a guy named Austin Silver I follow him on Instagram. He posted a video yesterday that I thought was it explained my mindset on this too, but maybe this isn't the best advice ever, kind of just depends. But if I get like into big drawdown on a challenge and I'm like, I try not to get stuck in challenge accounts for like long periods of time where I'm just like fighting drawdown because it's like almost just feels like I'm wasting time for me personally at least. And it's like, okay, do I want to spend another month trying to pull this challenge on a drawdown just to, you know, hopefully get funded? So I'm not saying to go like yeet your account, but also like I do think there is like a point of like, okay, you're like down to the last little bit and, you know, you don't want to buy a new challenge. So you're like really trying to dig it out. And it's like, I don't know. Are you wasting your time to just eventually blow it? And would it be better to just start a new one? So that's kind of like my mindset. I don't like to get too hung up on challenges where I'm taking forever on them. I like to either pass it or fail it. But that just comes with my experience too. After 3 years of knowing like, hey, I'm okay with this. It's not going to give me bad habits. It's not going to, you know, feed into those kind of things. But The reason I tell you to check out Austin's post is because he explained it probably better than I'm making it sound. But I think that's something that comes with a little bit more experience. Me and Lito have had this conversation a lot because he was like spending a long time on one challenge, like he had it for a month or two, and I was kind of trying to explain to him why I go through them faster than that, but without trying to sound too much like a Deegan. So, Sarky, are you for real not going to answer the WoW thing, man? Like, come on, bro. Come on. Ronak Rathor. What's up, dude? That sounds like a Viking name.
It does.
All right, I'm back. I have to gather myself a bit there.
Yeah. Air, what's it? Air X.
Tyler, have you seen our quotes on you?
What is it?
We kind of quoted your comment. I don't think you should just yeet your account, but that's so amazing.
But I mean, at a certain point.
But after a point,
like, just yeet the account, bro. Like, I mean, you do what you want, but I know at a certain point, I'm yeeting the account. Like, all right, if I'm like $100 from drawdown, it's like, all right, this trade's either gonna make me or break me. And
this is it. He said, "I'm putting."
I mean, it's not gonna make me or break me, but it's gonna pull me out of this drawdown, or I'm failing.
Yeah. I know. I get that though. I definitely get that because there's been times where I've held accounts that we're on the verge trying to build, and it's just too much pressure. And there's realistically, I don't have to do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you got $100 on a 100K account. You got $100 left to draw down. Like that build back is going to have to be crazy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and I think it also, like, in order to do what I'm saying, I think you have to have confidence in your ability that you can get a payout. Like I've gotten payouts. I know I can get payouts. So like, if you're like, oh, I've never even passed a funded challenge, and so like I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get all the way to a payout, but by no means do I think that's probably the best route for you to take or the mindset for you to have. But like, if you are somebody who has gotten payouts, you're confident in your ability to trade. You're confident
and you
in
have the liquidity to buy more accounts.
Yeah, exactly. At that point, it's like, okay, am I going to waste more time trying to pull out of this drawdown than I am if I just start a new pass it and get a payout, which I know I can do, right? So I would say that's like a big difference in that point that I'm making.
Yeah,
for sure.
Comes with a disclaimer. Yeah.
So I just saw that for the private chat. That's funny. Oh man, I'm starting to think Naz might just give us a tight range on this Friday here, based off of the price action, which I don't love.
I'm just not a fan of these Fridays, man. Like the past 3 Fridays have been just range bound. At least on gold has been. I want to say. Well, today we did get a relatively decent move on gold, in terms of like the volume, but yeah, I tend to stay away from Fridays. Friday is my reset.
Yeah,
the early reset.
Come on, Bitcoin.
I'm glad that gold moved faster today, so I didn't have to hold it during the weekend.
Yeah, I mean, we failed, but this was our pre-market high here, right? This was the.
Wait, am I lagging?
I don't know. Yeah, you are. Yeah, I mean, we're just stuck in the pre-market range. Yeah, Sam, you're lagging. You're kind of grainy. Yeah. But this is where we open kind of the overnight Asia session, or some call it the Globex open, right? And we put in a range high here, range low here. New York opened. We gave a quick break above the range high, failed back into the range, and we're now stuck back in the range. So my expectations are definitely starting to lower. I'm starting to lean towards kind of a range-bound day in NASDAQ based off of the price action. US 30 was the one today, it looks like. The indexes. I don't hate that little spike lower, but I would love to see a hammer that holds above the opening print. Back under the opening print, I might just be calling it a day.
When I type like that, can y'all hear my keyboard?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm
Wait, can you hear this?
It's not bad. It's not like loud or anything.
Can you hear this?
Yeah. No, I can hear yours, Sam. That's why I decided.
Yeah, mine is loud.
Okay, Sarky. Listen, Sarky, we wanted to ban you if we didn't get an answer. Just kidding, we didn't actually ban you. But we were joking about banning you, and here you are 4 minutes ago, and you come through with the answer, and what a good answer. Okay, Sarky, that's what I like to hear. Here, we'll throw it up.
Yeah, read it for the people.
Wow, just wow. When I say this, it's because I'm truly amazed by the dedication, talent, and potential of traders in this community. It's a reminder that trading isn't just about charts and numbers. It's about passion, resilience, and the incredible opportunities we're all chasing together. This moment right here is proof that we're part of something extraordinary, growing, learning, and thriving as one. That is some Shakespeare level.
No, for real. I was going to say that.
That
was beautifully worded. That was beautifully worded.
Sarky went from like really ruffling my feathers to being like the homie real quick.
No, I think that those are great words. Beautifully worded.
Yeah, that's all very true statements.
Tyler thought you had just yeeted your account.
Yeah, I thought it was like a bad wow, just wow. I was like, oh, no, he took these Naslongs of me and just blew his account. And, I was all worried.
All right, I seem to be back now. I opened up all my pages again, and we're good.
Guess who's back? Sam is back.
Back again. Sam Smith,
no friend.
One and only.
I wouldn't claim that.
No, I kind of have to.
Oh, I didn't even realize your last name is Smith. That's why he keeps saying that.
Bro, did you miss the whole Pilgrim conversation?
No, I heard the Pilgrim conversation. I thought it was for the Sam, not the Smith part. I didn't realize that was your full name.
Yeah, I'm unique here in Sweden, but if I go to England, I'm cursed.
Yeah. I mean, Tyler is a pretty common ass name too. It's not like I got anything special going on over here. I ain't no Kyron. Let's put it that way.
What you mean?
you got a cool unique name. We got Sam Smith and Tyler David. We got like the two most boring names ever.
I mean, but
wait, what? Did you call my name boring?
Right. Like my name gets
I called it boring
98% of the time.
Yeah, I don't even know.
Kyron?
I said my name gets jacked 98% of the time.
That's true.
You know, when
how do you pronounce it?
It comes out right.
How do you pronounce it 100% correctly? I want to hear it.
Kyron.
Yeah, in Sweden it's Kyrian.
Yeah, that's exactly what I get all the time. Kyrian, Kyrene, things like that. Yeah.
Kyrene.
Yeah, Kyrene.
Wait, what did he call you? He said,
Heidelberg.
Heidelberg.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so amazing.
I don't even blame him for that because it sounds like German.
Yeah, that sounds German. Yeah, I'm gonna call you Heidelberg now.
That makes me think of Heisenberg, like from Breaking Bad. You guys have
that's what I thought as well.
And I think that's probably where the confusion lies.
Yeah,
like in that pronunciation.
Where the confusion lies.
I know.
Oh yeah, we're just gonna get some range.
Yeah, Tyler, what do you think about the Bitcoin? Should we hold it?
I moved my stop to break even.
Yeah,
And you're
that doesn't
calling my
look like a
name
nice
boring.
5 minute. That's not a nice 5 minute looking pullback there.
Yeah, I like the
We'll
4
see.
hour.
I'm at break even, but I'm gonna let it ride.
Wait, where's your entry?
Wizard TP, I'm glad that, or we're glad, shall I say, that you're enjoying the streams and the community that we're building here.
Yeah, for sure. My entry is 98.57 on Trade Locker.
Dude, how the fuck did you get a better entry than I did?
I have no idea.
How?
I heard you say
so
we
early.
had it on, and I said,
my entry
let's
is
go.
28.8. Oh, dude, come on.
What are you
What
in
was
at?
your entry?
28. So
Oh, you're better than me. I'm
98,
57.
28.
I'm 57.
I'm at 17.
I thought you said 27. Okay.
No. I'm 57.
No, because I was like, that's a really good entry.
I'm at 98.17.
Wait, that's it? How did you manage to do that?
I think it pulled back like right after you got an entry.
Oh, you little sniper.
Just like ever so slightly.
Yeah, I might. I mean, we have a support just where our entries are. You know what? Wait, can I hold during the weekend?
That was a question that was asked.
Not the swing account, I don't think.
So even with crypto?
It's a good question.
Because otherwise I'm a close out. I mean, I could ride it for a few hours. All right, I'm gonna set it at break even, then I'm gonna ride it for a bit. Let's see.
I'm sending a message to see if Lito knows.
Because I know I can't trade news, but I was very close to doing so before. That's the wrong.
Where am I from? I'm from America.
Heidelberg is right.
I mean, I wouldn't hear an accent in myself because, you know, this is how people talk from where I'm at. Like, to me, Sam has an accent. But I went to London early this year, and to me, everybody there just had an accent. When in reality, I probably.
Yeah, I think every American has an accent for me because I'm used to British English.
We're international, baby.
No, seriously.
Well, guys, I wish this one would have played out a little bit nicer on the stream. I have my Bitcoin entry at break even with stops to break even. And Naz, I'm kind of watching for reactions at the opening print here. If we can hold and get back above, I'm going to hold on to this trade for a little while. If we start to break under the opening print here, I'm probably just going to bail and call it a day. But good streaming with you boys today. I think it was solid. It was informative, and I'm excited to be back on Monday.
Yep, we'll be back.
Good stream. Very good.
Sounds good.
Enjoy your weekend, everybody. Stay safe out there.
Blessed weekend, boys and ladies.
Yeah, for sure. And we'll talk in the chat more.
Yeah. Maybe remember hang out while the video
Yeah, don't do a cam.
We're back Monday, baby. We'll see you guys on Monday. Sarky, I hope to see you there. All right, guys. Peace out. See you, Wizard.
Peace out.
Ciao.
Does that do a twerk before ending? I think talking about
yeah. No, that's on you, Tyler.
He meant do
no.
a tweak out. He went, oh wow.
Oh wow.
As is failing. Oh, guys, I gotta get out of here.
Get out.
Yeah, that's